Hello, Mr. Montgomerie. Hi, my name is Alicia Cho from Taiwan Golf101 channel.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you. We would like to know about the coronavirus impact the whole games, especially impact and get some challenge for the players.
There's a lot of new challenges with the COVID-19 virus and having to play golf, and one is the lack of crowds, of course. They will come back, but it's right that we're starting without crowds. In fact, I would have liked to have started without caddies as well. I think the players should carry their own bags. It's less testing and less formality, but the US Tour are starting up, and we wish them well. If they start well, of course, then the European Tour can fit in, the Champions Tour and other tours around the world can fit in and learn from, I'm not saying they're mistakes, but we can learn from what they were doing, and we can all benefit from it. So there are challenges. Keeping 2 meters apart is very difficult in life, in anything. Between you and your caddy on the greens, there's 6 of you on the greens with 3 players plus 3 caddies. Difficult to keep 2 meters at all times, but golf is good in the way that it's in the fresh air. It's outside. There is less chance of the virus spreading outside. In fact, it was one of the sports that we thought that it might well not be banned. Not be one. But I understand all sport had to go, and that was that. But there are challenges. But at the same time, I think we can find a way around it, and golf, being an outside sport, is fortunate, and let's hope that the PGA Tour get going and get going in a positive way, and then we can all fit in behind them.
What do you do when during this period of special time, what do you do? Maintain your golf skills, and do you have any training at your home?
Well, it has been difficult during this time to keep busy. It's been 3 months, and I've managed to lose some weight. I've lost, 40 odd pounds, which is 18 odd kilos, which is good. I've done something at least. And also I erected a net in the garden. I didn't have a practice net in the garden. So I've done that, and I've been hitting 50 balls every 2 hours during daylight to keep myself busy, to keep myself flexible and active, so that when we do start, you're not on the back foot. So I've been doing that, been helping around the house. We've been cleaning up areas of the house that were sort of forgotten about, and it's been in a way, it's been very interesting. It's the first months that I've spent at home. April is usually Masters Week, as we know in the golf calendar. First April I've spent at home for, I would say, 20, 30 years. So it's been different, and the weather's been good here in the UK, so it's been okay. Been very fortunate to have a garden. I've felt for the people that living in the more high-rise type of buildings that don't have a garden. I've felt for them more, and I understand trying to get out. We've been one of the fortunate ones that have had a garden, allowing to go out and get some fresh air. But it's been difficult for everybody. Everybody's suffered. But at the same time, we've had to do it. So we got on with it. You just do what you're told, and whatever the government say, we do. And I'm looking forward to starting again. But we've kept ourselves quite busy.
And what do you think about UK Open postponed to 2021? And do you want to win any major the most this year?
Yes, the Open Championship has been postponed. Some people say cancelled, but it wasn't cancelled. It just postponed a year. And, remember what happened in 9/11, the attacks in New York City, everything was postponed a year, and we've just done the same. I think the RNA have done a good job in saying that just postpone it a year, bring it back in 2021, and then the Open at St Andrews the following year, 2022. Fine. No real big deal. It's just unfortunate that this summer of sport in Britain, 2 huge events, Wimbledon and the Open Championship, have been postponed, and it is unfortunate. We've got nothing to look forward to in July that way. the Open Championship is, yes, as a British golfer, has to be my favoured event. If I was to choose one major to win, it would be the British Open. But hey, who's picky? You know, you take any of the four, but it is a special event, and being the world's Open and being an Open Championship means it's open to everybody, and it is the most international field of any major championship. 156 international players, and it's fantastic. And if you come out on top or even close, you've done extremely well. And it was the one that I look forward to in July. So it's a shame it's postponed, but we all understand why. And we just delay it and we come back a year later, and hopefully all healthy and well to do so.
What did you miss out during the playing times, and who you want to catching up with the most?
I think we've all missed the competitive side of the tour. We are competitors who are born and bred competitors. That's why we're still doing it. Me at 56 years old, still highly competitive and highly driven. I think that's what we missed, is the competitiveness of it. Trying to beat your opponent, or trying to play, if you start out 10th on a Sunday morning, trying to finish 4th or trying to finish 5th, trying to improve one's position. So we are competitors that way. I think that's what I've missed the most. Yes, we have friends, of course. I miss the friendship of my own caddy, Alistair, who's been with me from day one, really, since 1990. So you miss friendships, you miss having dinners with these guys, the number of friends on tour that I have made on the Champions Tour. So you've missed their friendship. But mostly I think it's the competitiveness that we've missed. It's the competition that drives us forward, and we look forward to getting back to that.
And during those 2 past years, you've been working on with Loch Lomond whiskey, and which is the interested part to working with them? And we would like to know, is that to have your own single malt expression?
It's been a great journey since I spoke first with Colin Matthews of Loch Lomond Whiskies, and I think it's been a great journey. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I really have. I've met some new, interesting people, and I think that's what this golf life has given me, is meeting people in a travel sense. If someone says to me, what's the one thing you've taken from this game of golf, Colin? I would say that it would be travel, and therefore knowledge and education through travel. And talking about knowledge and education, I've learned so much about whiskey, something that I didn't know much about before, I must admit, but now I do, and it's our number one export here in Scotland, whiskey. So it's been great to be associated with such a unique brand as well, a brand that wants to go places and wants to branch out worldwide. And I think to be associated with the Open Championship, the spirit of the Open, I think that's a fantastic logo branding for the company, and I really am very proud, as you say, to have my own brand, my own bottle, my own signature single malt is very humbling in many ways, very humbling, and I'm very honoured to have that. And so, yes, it's been a great association, and I've met some very interesting people along the way. So I travel an awful lot, of course, and Heathrow Airport seems to be my home. It seems to be my base. My office is Heathrow Airport, and going through Terminal 5 there, I always stop off at the whiskey section, look at the whiskies of the world, and the stack ends of whiskies that Loch Lomond were on, and it was right at the front, and I stopped and I looked at the bottle, and the gentleman comes up and he says, "Oh, would you like that?" I said, "Well, I do, I love it, because it's got my name on it." And he didn't quite sort of register, and I said, "There's my signature." And he said, no, that's not you. So I got my passport out and showed him my signature on my passport, and it matched, and he was very impressed. The presentation box is very well done in the Loch Lomond branding, and I think it's very important, the presentation of a bottle of whiskey, especially when it's on a shelf and you have other competitors, you have other choices. And I think the branding and the box itself looks very impressive. To have your own signature on that box is very special, and it really means a lot to me. I've done a lot in this game, and I've been very fortunate in this game and winning events and doing the odd thing and the Ryder Cup and what have you. But really, you know, it's right up there to have your own name and your own bottle of whiskey on sale worldwide is very special.
And we would like to know, do you take a sip during the playing times after you go into hotel to take a rest? When you feel tired or when you have jet lag, you will take a sip of whiskey. And do you have any special way to drink whiskey, like to have rock or off rock, or any special drink you would like to share to us? We would like to know that.
Neat with ice. I'm not a great whiskey and water fan, but as long as I have enough ice, eventually that would melt into the whiskey and cool it down, and I think that's the best way to drink whiskey. Water, a whiskey on the rocks, you can't beat that.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomerie. We would like to talk to you again. Bye.
Thank you.